Welcome to my presentation about my investigative report and public service announcement project-based learning unit. My name is Angela Kennedy. The target audience for this unit is 6th grade reading language arts students. This unit is a 14-day project. I came up with this unit because my students have an extreme lack of engagement in their current environment. The purpose of this investigative report and public service announcement project-based learning is to investigate the movement of the Holocaust and Civil Rights era after my students read Susie and Leah by Jane Yolen. The unit will further serve as a way to design a solution to the prejudice and racism problem some of my students face every day within their community as well as in the school. This is a list of the unit goals, including reading informational text in different media formats, as well as multiple writing and speaking and listening standards, such as writing and producing clear and coherent writing with clear organization and development. The final product will be a public service announcement presented to members of the community presentation style, which will integrate speaking and listening standards. It also includes social studies standards, which include analyze citizen actions, such as petitions, lobbying, demonstrations, civil disobedience, and public opinion expressed through various media and meetings, and evaluate these influences on public policy and decision making. This unit uses many 21st century skills, such as critical thinking and problem solving, while also teaching students skills needed to collaborate on a professional level. Students will be required to interview outside sources and work peacefully with their peers to achieve daily goals. More 21st century skills include communication skills and self-management. Students conduct online research and evaluate the accuracy, relevance, and appropriateness of electronic information sources. It is extremely important for students to set goals for themselves and meet specific time requirements during this unit. Goals to meet student objectives include students evaluating connections among facts, ideas, events, and concepts of informational text to their self, to other text, and to the world. Students will use electronic and non-electronic reference materials so they can locate information, they can analyze the source, evaluate the data, and create a product based on an assigned task. Students will also create and present an age-appropriate media product that demonstrates format, purpose, and audience. The driving question for this unit is about racism and prejudice, because my students see racism and prejudice every day. In fact, they see a lot of both every day in our school as well as outside when they go home at night. So the driving question is, how can we as citizens educate other citizens and prevent prejudice and racism from occurring? The instructional strategies are vast throughout this unit. Students will be instructed directly for portions of the unit. However, most work done on the project will be done collaboratively and independently through the use of technology. The focus on diversity throughout this unit is that students are addressing past prejudices as well as current prejudices, which focus them on the diversity within their own community. The unit uses many resources, but the most significant are the current events websites and remember.org, specifically an article called A People's History of the Holocaust and Genocide, sort of like a background article that can get my students started quickly. Significantly, the most important resource used is the Tool Factory Movie Maker, which will help them in their final presentation at the end of the unit. I'm going to give you a short breakdown for the days in this unit. The initiating activity will be to directly instruct the students on how to conduct internet research, effective internet research. They need to be able to find credible sources, but I will also provide them with an approved list so that they can answer the driving question. The teacher will directly demonstrate how to access the website and the definition of a credible versus uncredible resource. Day 2 of the unit will consist of students working in groups so they can determine the answers to questions about the Holocaust and Civil Rights era, as well as being introduced to the driving question and why it's important to them. Day 3 of the unit, students will work in pairs or groups to obtain relevant information for the background information of the Holocaust and Civil Rights era. Day 4 will be a direct lesson on how to create a public service announcement and what a public service announcement successfully looks like, and how they will also be assessed on that public service announcement. They will be given a rubric as a sort of checklist for how they will be graded. Day 5, students will begin creating their public service announcement, and they will also write a reflection on their progress as a way for the teacher to check in with concerns and questions with those students. Day 6, students will continue their research into the problem and find possible solutions, but they will also be required to document their research on a research page graphic organizer. The teacher needs to know where they found their research and how they determine which research they found relevant to the driving question. Day 7, students will begin completing the planning page for their public service announcement movie. Day 8, as a way to keep students on track, they will analyze the components of a public service announcement, one that has been complete and ready to go, and they will also complete a checklist for those components and groups so that they know if they are on the right track and they have everything that's required based on their PSA rubric. Day 9 will be a direct instruction day so students can learn how to use the movie making tool so that they can create their public service announcements. Day 10 is a very important work day, so students can start making their public service announcement in that movie making tool and ask questions from the teacher if they're having any difficulties. Days 11 and 12 are also project work days, and they will be interviewing other adults in the school building, so that they can add their opinions to their public service announcements. It's important for students to know that some adults have the same opinions that they may have found in their research or that they might have themselves. Day 13 is the final editing day and project work day, and it's also a wrap-up of the project. Day 14 is the day they have worked hard to get to. It's the final presentation day. Students have been set a time goal for their final presentation, their final project, with a minimum of 8 minutes and a maximum of 12 minutes. The final presentation will be made in front of the community and any school members or other students that would like to attend. This presentation will serve as a way to make the project more meaningful to the students. Thank you for watching my presentation. A lot of research resources were used to create this unit, and here is a list. There is a collaboration rubric that the students will be graded on. There is also a research rubric that the students will be graded on, and just a list of some of the approved websites that I will be giving my students. And I got the idea for this specific project-based learning unit from the Teach 21 project-based learning website. It's kind of a mixture between Where News Happens, which is a great reading language arts project-based learning unit, and a Most Amazing Race, Folktales from Around the World, kind of a background civil rights project-based unit. The Holocaust Resource Collection is also invaluable to the unit. Thank you so much.